Hello and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. I'm starting in the garage today, and over the last few years I've been going through the house and decluttering things that are either worn out or we just don't need anymore, and this pile is constantly changing. Anytime I declutter something in the house, it ends up here until I'm sure we don't need it or until I just forget what we have here. And we get rid of a few things and then turn around and add more to the pile, and then occasionally I'll reorganize the pile so I can add more to it. We have things that shouldn't even be in this pile and need to be put away, and there are empty boxes that I need to break down and recycle, and I also need to load up the car with anything that can be donated so that I can drop it off the next time that I run errands.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation.
We always tend to keep boxes for recent purchases until we're sure that we're going to keep whatever it is we have. And before I throw the boxes away, I need to be sure and check inside to make sure there isn't any information or parts that we need to keep.
Fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination.
I have some old blankets and towels that are in pretty bad shape, but I don't want to throw them in the trash. And the animal shelter can use towels and blankets that are too worn out for anything else. So I'm going to drop them off at the animal shelter along with a few pet supplies we don't use anymore.
You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination.
You make me nervous. I think I might be hooked on you. All of the things you said to me, it seems like you like me too. We can take it slow, make sure we do this right. Canceled all my plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think what you did for me, it seems like you're dropping clues. There's no need to rush, so let's just take our time. Dropping everything, 'cause you're stuck on my mind. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
The only thing I have left is a few boxes of holiday decorations that I need to put away, but we keep all the holiday decor underneath the stairs, and it's not easy to get to. So in a few days, I'll be able to take down the Halloween decorations, so I'll just wait and put everything away at the same time.
So just sit.
We have a patchwork of old rugs in the garage for the dogs. When there was more room out here, my husband would toss the ball for Miss Callie. And she isn't great at fetching the ball, but she loved to do somersaults in the air to catch one. And she's too old to do backflips anymore, but she still loves to catch the balls. So my husband keeps the rugs out here in the garage so that the dogs don't slip on the concrete.
I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
I have a load of laundry from this morning that I need to fold, but before I can do that, I need to program the washing machine to run in the morning, and I need to clean off the countertops.
I want you. No one else makes me feel this way. Don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand? Look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need. And I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. Each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you wanna do. I'll do anything. As long as I can be here with you, everything's alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love, love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting tired, baby, take me higher. I'm Sunday, you love it, come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. You love me right. If you love me right.
I like to perform my routine maintenance cleaning by zones, and today I'm working in the living room, and I had planned to clean both the living room and the dining room today, but since I took some extra time to clean up the garage, I'm going to focus on the living room today, and I'll leave the dining room until next week. I have 3 levels of cleaning: the daily and weekly routine cleaning needed to reset the house, the maintenance cleaning that I do to keep things from getting too dirty, and I deep clean when things have gotten too far out of hand and it requires extra cleaners and scrubbing. In addition to my weekly routine, I use zone cleaning to maintain a clean house, and I've divided the house into zones that I can clean in about an hour each. I have 8 zones, and I found that this 8-week schedule works for what I need. Because we have heavy wall texture that collects dust, I need to use a duster to remove the cobwebs and the dust from the walls.
On the grass, I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last, and I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no.
I've washed all the blankets this week, so today I'm just going to run a few of them through the dryer with a dryer sheet just to freshen them up and to remove any dog hair. And I vacuum the hot spots where the dog hair tends to collect every week, but today I'm going to do a thorough vacuum of all the furniture. I have a small rotary attachment that's perfect for things like pillows and upholstery, and we put our feet up so we cover the ottoman every night to prevent dirt from getting into the holes, but it doesn't seem to help all that much. So I use a crevice tool to clean out the tufting on the ottoman.
No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know.
One of the buttons has come loose on the ottoman, and I need to remove the backing so that I can resecure the button. And it's one of those things that's at the bottom of my to-do list because I think it's going to be harder than it actually is. But I really need to get this checked off my list soon.
This is where my heart is. Oh, I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But places in the world I've been to. This is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky, when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy,
The leather cleaner that I use is for car interiors, and my husband gets it from the dealership, and I use it to clean the leather chair.
Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy,
Whenever I'm zone cleaning, I try to focus on one task at a time so that I don't lose track of what needs to be done, and so that I don't have to spend extra time switching between cleaning tools. And now that the furniture has been taken care of, I'm going to start working on the parts of the room that aren't nailed down, like the walls and baseboards. And I only do this a few times a year as part of my regular maintenance cleaning. So I'm just using a microfiber cloth and plain water, and I'm not using any cleaners because the microfiber cloth is designed to remove both dirt and bacteria, so I get to save time and money not having to use additional cleaners.
Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Dry. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving.
There's a few changes that I've been wanting to try in this room, and I have a cabinet that I wanted to try and move over to this wall, and I also want to take down these plaques, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put them, but I need to remove them so that I can clean this area before I move the cabinet.
We stay here forever, 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 forever. I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you
It may not look like the walls and baseboards are very dirty, but this is how dirty the water is, and I've only done half the room so far. While I have the console table moved out of the way, I'm going to clean the floors, and I vacuum under here pretty regularly, but pollutants mix in the air with the dust and sticks to the surfaces, so even though this area doesn't get any traffic, it still needs to be cleaned a few times a year.
Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment.
Can we stay forever?
I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you. You will grow up in the blink of an eye and move out and be on your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall. And deep
I bought this cabinet at Home Goods years ago, and it's been all over the house, and it finally ended up against this wall because we really didn't have another place for it. But since I moved one of the chairs out of this room, I thought I would try moving it to the other side of this room, and it's not the best quality, so I didn't want to drag it across the floor, and luckily my husband is home today to help me.
deep and abiding, liking for you.
I'm going to shop my house for a few things to style this cabinet, and the only thing that's new is the picture that I picked up from Target a few months ago. And I'm not sure how long it'll stay like this, but I think I like it for now.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
I know you're hurt. I can see it in your eyes, babe. You need to let your mind off things. No, it hurts. I can see it in your eyes, babe. But I know you have a lot to give. I know that it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me, yeah. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark.
Of course, now that I've moved the cabinet, I'm going to have to find a better way to hide the wires. And I've been wanting to add a built-in to this wall forever, but it's another thing at the bottom of my to-do list, and we've had a lot of repair work done to the outside of the house this year. And once that's all done, I'm hoping I can start on some smaller projects around the house.
To get yourself together, things still get better if you just believe it. Yeah, it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me, yeah. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video. And thank you so much for watching today, and I hope to see you next time.